sitting here with Jason Holandro, who is the Chief Privacy and Chief Compliance Officer at Telstra. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
I'd just like to ask a few questions on how privacy operates at Telstra. So the first question, what type of privacy control tools do you have available to consumers at Telstra?
Well, when it comes to consumers, I think the fundamental tool we sort of give to those consumers is disclosure. We from the very outset of our relationship with them, we communicate very clearly about how, why, and for what purpose we're collecting and using and generating personal information about them. We do that formally through things like privacy statements, but then we try to supplement that with education materials and more informative guidance materials about the details of it. So we try and bring that customer along with us in terms of the why and explain to the customer the value to them in allowing us to do these things, to take these actions. What we also give the customer are tools to be able to make informed decisions. So things like customer profile management tools that we are building in our 24/7 app that allows a customer in real time to go in and at any sort of time that suits them, make decisions about how we use and collect and manage their services, including their information.
So how do you make sure that privacy is a whole of business consideration and not one that just lives in a legal team or the compliance team?
Absolutely. So again, from Telstra's perspective, we do a bottom-up approach and a top-down approach. Bottom up, we have, on any given day, we could have up to 10,000 people in our organisation that access and use a customer's personal information. When you think about our call centres, our billing centres and other sort of people across our organisation. A core part of skilling and empowering those people to do the right thing with that information is providing them training, making sure that we are, giving real-time awareness and skills about what personal information is, the importance of that personal information to our customers, and how to go about making the right decision in any context when they're kind of managing that information. We supplement that with process tools. So when we are generating new products, new services, when we are rolling out campaigns, we have embedded in those go-to-market processes steps, hard-coded steps that require those project managers, those leaders, to step back and ask specific questions about how they are going to address the issue of personal information, the collection, the management, and all of that. Top down, privacy is an incredibly high-profile topic within our organisation. I go to our Telstra board twice a year and present a standalone privacy paper.
Right.
Privacy is identified at an organisational level as one of our top risks as an organisation. And that's not because we do it badly, we absolutely don't. It's because we recognise that as our organisation transitions from a telecommunications company to a technology company, the need to get our privacy program right is incredibly important to maintain the trust of our customers on that journey.
I've heard you mention before, it's not if, it's when these things happen and getting on the front foot.
And that is a core part of the actual conversation we have to have with the customer. If you're going to have a genuine conversation about how you're managing their personal information, you also have to talk about what you're going to do proactively, talk about what you're going to do if and when that goes wrong. Inevitably it will. People make mistakes, systems fail, and if you're able to have an early conversation with your customer to say, these are the steps we're going to take to look after your information, but when that thing does go wrong, this is how we're going to respond to that. When it does happen, when that failure does occur, and you respond in the way that you said you're going to respond, you actually have an opportunity to build trust with that customer out of that data breach, as strange as that sounds.
So what are the biggest challenges facing digital companies as they tackle what seems to be the just constantly evolving challenge of privacy?
There's no question one of the biggest challenges is timing. It's being able to understand what that roadmap of products and services looks like 6 months out, 12 months out, 18 months out, when it's such a dynamic environment. We have these incredibly brilliant people in our organisation finding new ways to develop insight to improve our products and services. But being able to have sufficient lead time to have that informed communication with our customer before we're looking to kind of introduce those services is our challenge. So we have done an enormous amount of work in our organisation over the last 12 months, converting our privacy statement from a backwards looking statement, so a statement about what we have done in the past, to a forwards looking statement, a statement about this is where we're going as an organisation, and we want to tell you about that now, so that when we have that product ready to go in 6 months, you're aware of that. That's not news to you, and we've made that disclosure to you. So there's no question, I think that would be the biggest challenge for companies in this space, is being able to have sufficient certainty about what they want to use that information for, in a way that you can make that meaningful disclosure to the customer in a timely way.
Great. Thanks, Jason, so much for joining us. It's been really useful. Great insights.
No problems. Happy